What's up, Cleftones? This is Darrin from Cleftone Grooves, and this is another edition of Getting Better Audio at Home. Welcome back, everybody. We've just spent 4 weeks talking about how to get amazing sounding interviews when you're interviewing other people. Mainly audio post-production work, but man, a nice 4-part tutorial that if you haven't had a chance to go back and check it out, I highly suggest you do. Lots of great tips in there. Not only can you use that for the interviews that I recommended in the videos, but there are so many other nice tips and tricks in there that you can use and take with you to your other recording endeavors as well. So if you haven't seen it, facebook.com/CleftoneGrooves. All 4 videos are out there for free. You go check them out. But this week, getting back to our regularly scheduled program, as promised, I was going to talk about microphone preamps and why you should want to consider, at least, putting those in your signal chain. And I will tell you, as you're seeing my computer recording behind me right now, the sound that you are hearing coming out of my microphone, my voice, has no other processing on it besides a 1-channel microphone preamp. And why that's so powerful when you're thinking about microphone preamps and your audio and your sound, and also efficiency, especially if it's only you recording. The really nice thing about using microphone preamps is that going into your computer, going into the box recording, you already have your sound that you want for your voice dialed in, and it sounds absolutely amazing. As you can tell, I'm just using a 1-channel Presonus Eureka microphone preamp. I don't believe they make those anymore, but man, it is a really, really nice preamp. I've had it for years. It's lasted, probably over 10 years I think I've had this thing. But in the links below, I'm going to go ahead and drop some other microphone preamps that are out today that you could probably use in your signal chain. And how you want to use one of these is before you go into your audio interface, which is connected to your computer, you want to put that microphone preamp somewhere in that flow of things. So your last stop should be your audio interface, but before that, you'll go into your microphone preamp and out of that into your audio interface. And they make so many different microphone preamps. As I say with everything with audio, it comes in so many different shapes and sizes and prices. They make microphone preamps that are solid state versus tubed microphone preamps. And in case you're wondering what that is, if you get microphone preamps that have tubes in them, you would get more of what's called a warm sound. So it's kind of like you hear people that talk about, oh man, vinyl's got that nice warm sound to it, versus a lot of the digital sound of music that is out today where it sounds colder, so to speak. So if you get a microphone preamp that has tubes, you'll get a nice warm rich tone from your voice. Not to say that solid state doesn't do its trick, because listen to how I sound right now. That's a solid state preamp that I have on my voice. The other helpful thing that why preamps are good to consider to have in your signal chain is not only do you have access to a tube or solid state circuitry, but you also, with a lot of preamps, they come with compressors already built in. I know we've talked about compression on this series about how to use it, especially in that 4-part series. Go back and check it out. I can't plug that enough. So compression is really cool to keep your voice nice and at a constant level and just very even toned all the way throughout. And then for a lot of them, if not all of them, they come with equalization already built in. So again, you can dial in your voice. You can shape how you want your voice to sound going right into the computer. So when you do that, it saves you so many steps on the back end when you have to go in and maybe sweeten your audio or turn it up or turn it down or equalize it or whatever. You do all that going right into the box with a microphone preamp that has EQ, that has compression. The nicer models even come with de-essing, so we've talked about that as well, how to de-ess somebody's voice if they've got a lot of tss going on in their speech with the T's and the S's. Some preamps even have gating and other things on there. So gating is basically when I'm not talking like this, that it'll turn your microphone down so it'll keep any kind of background noise from the room out of your recording. So it automatically turns it down, and then when you start talking, the gate opens up, so to speak, to let your voice come through again. So they have a lot of really cool models that do a lot of cool things like that. But yes, as you're listening to me now, I am running my signal through a microphone preamp. And if you are interested in the PreSonus Eureka preamp, you could probably find one used somewhere like on eBay or maybe even Amazon. But again, the sound of my voice, totally unprocessed by any plugins or After Effects that I would put on there from my computer recording. This is just straight into that preamp and then into my analog to digital converter, or my audio interface. So that's why microphone preamps would be so helpful to add to your signal chain, because it saves you time on the back end if you want to dial in your voice and just go right into the box with that sound. Now, a lot of people, a lot of audio guys, they'll prefer to get all the sound as natural as possible up front, and then they'll go in and edit it and do all the stuff like I was showing you in the last 4-part series, where you drop a little EQ and things like that on there. And there's situations and times where you may want to do that, but since it's me for my videos, and it's always just me on the videos, I can pretty much leave my preamp set to my settings for my voice and just basically go in and record it like I'm doing now. So it's awesome. I set this up all the time, and then I don't have to do anything afterwards. I just take the raw audio, because it already sounds wonderful, and then I sync it to my video, and boom, I put it out for you guys to listen to. And that's pretty much why you want to add, again, a microphone preamp to your signal chain. It saves you some work on the back end, and then it gives you another tone or sound that basically every preamp has its own way of coloring your sound. So you find a good one that you like on your voice. If you put a different one in there, your voice will sound a little bit different. If you just use just the audio interface, your voice is going to sound different going through that. Every bit of equipment that you put in your signal chain will alter your sound, if even in a minuscule way versus big ways. You know, they make different effects processors and things of that nature. But again, summing it all up here, really quick video. Sorry I'm so late, by the way. I have a new addition coming to my family. I'm going to be an uncle. So any minute now, I'm expecting the notification that I'm going to have a new niece in my life. So anyway, that's why I've been late, guys. I know it's Sunday and all that good stuff, but that's the information I have for you on microphone preamps. Check the links below that I'm going to add for you, so you can go see what preamps are out there today for your uses. It's not an absolute must, but a very, very, very nice to have in your signal chain if you can swing it and get one. And of course, you get what you pay for, so the higher quality is going to cost you a little bit, but man, will you sound oh so sweet on the back end. All right, guys, here's to getting better audio at home, and we'll see you next week.